Hi, it's Linda, and it's been a while since I've done another video. Like I said, I have so many on there, so I have to think of things that inspire me. And today my inspiration is I'm having my little 7-year-old granddaughter, almost 8, over for an afternoon tea. She doesn't know anything about this, and their family has been shut in for the last couple of weeks because of COVID. Her little brother and sister got it too. They're all doing fine. She didn't get it, but she finally got to go back to school yesterday, and today is a minimum day, so I'm picking her up to spend the afternoon with Nana, and I'm going to do a little tea party because she's been wanting one. So I decided to make some Weight Watcher friendly scones. So that's what I'm going to do today. This is something I put together yesterday. As you know, I've been very busy. I do have an Etsy shop that I really love making homemade items that I've been selling a lot of stuff too. This one here has little, I don't know if you can see it or not, I mean, I'll try to zoom in, has little teapots on it. And isn't that cute? My granddaughter's gonna love this when she sees this. Anyway, it's got little teapots on it. I made the matching double pot holder with coordinate fabric with little teapots on it. And these are so cool for getting things in and out of the oven, which I will be using. I will be selling these on Etsy. And so this, look at the cute little bottom on these two. This is so good when you're cooking. Not only can you be stylish, but I use these all the time when I'm wiping my hands and wiping off things. I always want to keep things clean, keep your hands washed a lot. And then I made a larger bowl cozy. This one actually is big enough for a serving bowl, but I'm going to use it today for all of our teas. And I've got assorted teas in here. This will be on the pretty table that I'm making for her when she comes in, and she'll be so surprised. And so I put all the teas in the little bowl koozie. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to be doing there. And so I think I'm going to get started because I got to pick her up in like another less than an hour. And I plan to put this little hat on. So, I mean, what would be a tea party without a little cute hat? I can remember looking down at the camera instead of my monitor. Anyway, it just kind of adds to it. I think she will be very excited. And so let's get started. Okay, so the recipe that I'm making is I took a couple of scone recipes, checked out some other light recipes for scones, and tried to tweak it down to get it low in WW points but still be yummy. And I will post how many points it is after I see how many scones it actually makes. And so stay tuned. At the end of my video I will post how many points per scone. So the kind I'm going to make right now is lemon blueberry, and which is kind of a classic. I cut this recipe in half. I will post the recipe on my website, which you can find at the very end, which is amusinghealthyrecipe.com. You'll be able to find all my recipes in PDF that you can print out, plus all my YouTube videos. It'll take you right to my YouTube channel where you're seeing this at, in case you want to check out any of my other recipes. So I'm just going to go over real quick. I'm limited on time, but it's kind of funny here with this hat on. Anyway, so I'm going to do 1 egg. I'm going to do 1.5 tablespoons of non-fat plain Greek yogurt, 1/3 of a cup of Swerve. This is sugar replacement, all natural. I really love this stuff. 1/3 of that. The only thing is, don't make lemonade with it. I did, and my husband and I had intestinal problems for a few days because there was so much in it. It was too much for our system. But otherwise, on cooking and baking, it's really great. Okay, and then 1 cup of self-rising flour. If you don't have self-rising flour, just use 1 cup of all-purpose flour and 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and a teaspoon of salt. And that'll give you the same effect that what it does. I love self-rising flour because I like to skip steps. Then 1 tablespoon of lemon zest. So I'm going to take my grater and I'm going to grate the skin on this and get some lemon zest. This is fresh out of my garden. We have a lot of lemons right now, and since I don't use sugar hardly anymore, I don't make lemonade like I used to. So wish you were here. I'd give you a bunch of lemons. If you're local, let me know. I'll give them to you. Anyway, and then the next thing is 3 tablespoons of, I can't believe it's not butter light. Now, one recipe I read, it says to take your butter or your alternate butter put it in the freezer and freeze it first, because it makes it better when you're cutting it into the flour, and it's supposed to make the scones better. We'll see. First time I've tried it that way, so I'm going to try it. And then a quarter of a cup of blueberries. You can use fresh, or these were frozen, so I set them out about an hour ago and they're more than thawed. And so I'm going to get started. I'm going to go get my frozen butter out, and I'm going to throw the ingredients in. I may fast forward this. If I do, I'll explain what's going on. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm going to make the lemon zest first, and I'm just going to fast forward it through this so you can see, so I don't have to keep you on the line. I love these little graters like this. You want to use the finest part of the grater to get the lemon zest off. And you need around a teaspoon of lemon zest, a tablespoon. Usually, when I tried this out yesterday, I had a small lemon and it took the whole thing. So I'm going to fast forward while I grate this. Now, if you noticed on the video, I switched it from the real fine to the next one up, because I like a little bit more of the lemon taste in my scone. And the one I made yesterday, you couldn't hardly taste it, so I wanted to increase the zesting a little bit thicker. So that's why I changed it to this. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to put the flour in the bowl next, and let me see. It calls for, because you want to put the flour in, and then you're going to add the lemon zest. So 1 cup of flour. Get this real quick. This is the self-rising flour. Like I said, if you don't have self-rising, just use regular flour. And I think it's 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and a teaspoon of salt. You might want to look that up to be on the safe side, but if I remember right, that's how I'd make it. Okay, I've got the flour in my bowl. Now I'm going to add the lemon zest. Let me find my little thing here. I don't need that for that. And so, fast forward. Okay, I got the lemon. I don't know if you can see this or not because my bowl is in the way. This is the frozen butter. There's 3 tablespoons of it frozen. I just got that out. But this is the lemon zest from 1 lemon. And it's like a good tablespoon size. So I'm going to take it. You want to put it in next into your flour mixture. And then you want to mix this together. It says to mix it with your hands. If not, you can use a fork, whatever you want to do. And let me see, do I add the butter next? Yeah. You want to mix this together and then add the frozen butter. I thought that would sound kind of funny. Getting ahead of myself. I got to go pick my granddaughter up pretty soon, so I'm kind of running against the clock, but it's going to be fun. Now you want to add 3 tablespoons of frozen butter if you have time. I put this in, and it hasn't even been in the freezer for an hour, and it's nice and hard, but not too hard. Some of the videos I saw where they freeze the butter for hours and then they grate it. And it seems like a lot of work to me. I like to keep things simple, as you know, and but healthy and good. Okay, so now I'm working it in here. I'll be right back. Okay, it says use your hands to mix it into crumbles. And if you don't like to do that, just use a fork. I've always liked using my hands. I grew up with my mama teaching us how to cook. We always used our hands. Always wash your hands a lot, which I do anyway, but very important when you do stuff like this. So I'm going to go ahead and try it with my fingers. Okay, now I'm going to add 1/3 cup of the sugar replacement. This is the Sorbet brand, and this might be Anthony's. I think I like Anthony's better. They both taste the same, but the Anthony's is real white and granular. Looks more like real sugar. And so I'm going to put 1/3 cup here in with the rest of the dry ingredients, the flour and stuff. I'm going to kind of mix this around a little bit. And then I'm going to add the blueberries. I'm going to go in next. Very simple. The blueberries, I'm going to kind of mix them around just a little, get them a little coated here. And don't want to stir it too hard. Okay. Then the next thing we're going to do is going to beat an egg. And then I like to add a teaspoon of vanilla for a little extra flavor. Real vanilla, not the cheap imitation stuff. Okay, so mix this up a little bit more. It's going to go right in there with the rest. This aside, I'll put this aside. And then I'm going to add the Greek yogurt. I think it's 3 tablespoons of the Greek yogurt. No, it's 1.5 tablespoons of the Greek yogurt. I use pretty good size. I like Greek yogurt is 0 points on Weight Watchers Blue Plan. So I may even have 2 tablespoons in here because I just wanted to make sure it's nice and moist. I'm going to mix this all together, and then I'm going to put it on a cookie sheet that I've lined with parchment paper. I also lightly spray my cookie sheet with a little butter pan. You don't have to do that, but I like to do that. So I will be right back and show you the next step. Okay, I've mixed it together. Remember, this is a half a recipe because it's just me and my little granddaughter, so I don't want to make a whole bunch. Plus I have other little tea cookies, and I'm going to make some little tea sandwiches while this is baking. So this is done. You don't want to use a mixer or anything. You don't want to overbeat this. Just use your spoon, move it all around till everything's nice and moistened. And now I'm going to spray my cookie sheet with a little bit of butter pan. I'm going to take a little cookie, not cookie, but ice cream scooper, cookie scooper, I guess it is. And I'm going to make little scones from it, just drop them onto the pan. I will fast forward. I have a little bit of flour here to put on it, so when it starts to stick, to keep it, to avoid it from sticking. Here we go. Okay, they're about ready to go in the oven. I preheated the oven to 375, and I have a convection oven, which I like to use when I'm doing baking. I tried them in my Instant Pot air fryer oven yesterday when I made them, and they were good, but they were a little bit too hard. This is really good when you want to crisp up chicken and do other stuff, but when you're baking, sometimes it cooks a little too fast, even though I had it on 350. This recipe, cutting it in half, made 12 of these. So we'll see how they turn out. I'm going to take a fork and lightly wet it and just kind of push the dough down just a little, because I want these to flatten out a little. I don't want them to be balls. And now I'm going to get ready to, after I get this done, put it in the oven at 375 and for 15 to 20 minutes. While it's baking, I'm going to hurry up and set up the little tea table that I've got us all decorated, and she's going to be so surprised, and make some really quick little tea sandwiches. Nothing fancy, because she's 7. She doesn't eat a whole lot of stuff, so I tried to pick stuff that maybe she likes. And also, I didn't know I was making her lunch till the last moment, which is cool, because I wanted to do that. But her mommy says because it's a half day, she needs to have lunch. Okay, they're all done. They look really good. I cooked them for about 20 minutes at 375, and so now they need to cool just in time, because I'm going to get ready to go pick up Raine. And I made some cute little sandwiches. When I come back, I'll show you how it all turned out, and along with my beautiful little granddaughter. She's going to be so surprised. And so I'm going to put these on the plate so these can be cooling while I go pick her up, and then I'll be back probably about a half hour. I've got the water kettle going. All I have to do is push a button and it'll heat it, and when we get back, I'll fill the little teapot with some hot water, and we'll have our little afternoon tea together. And this is so cool. I've got to take a picture of this, and I'm glad it turned out this good. And I will post the points later, but they're not going to be that much, I can tell you right now. One more thing, I'm getting ready to go pick her up. I forgot that I like to sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon sugar while they're warm. This is actually cinnamon and a little bit of swerve, or Anthony's, the erythritol, monk fruit, whatever you call it, natural sugar replacement. It doesn't have very big holes. If it looks like I'm shaking a lot, I'm not. But I like to put a little bit of cinnamon sugar on the top. Okay, now I'm going to go get her. Can't wait.
Cookies, blueberry cookies.
What do you think I'm doing? Can you tell?
Video?
Look at the table in here. Look, Raine. What do you think we're going to do?
Tea party?
Yes. We're going to have a tea party. I made homemade scones. I just took them out of the oven. And I got little tea sandwiches and little tea cookies, and we're gonna have our tea.
What is this?
Yeah, you'll see in a minute, okay? Okay, I just picked up Raine, and she's so hungry, and she was so surprised. She wanted McDonald's, but isn't this better?
I want to try this.
Yeah, I got all of these little goodies here for her, and these are the scones that I just made.
I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, and you could put, usually they put like a lemon curd, I couldn't find that, or orange, so I got that, we can put on it too if you want. And then I got all these little sandwiches. We have egg salad. These are typical what you would have in England at a tea. And then I did a turkey and a ham, and then I did cucumbers.
I want the turkey and
And the
ham.
cucumber one.
So all the red ones are turkey and ham.
No, I just kind of put those on there to hold them all in place. But
This one doesn't have one.
it's okay. So, Raine, we're going to go ahead and eat now, all right? And so you like the kinds I just bought, but I'm sure you're going to like this other stuff because we're going to have a fun time today. You're making memories with your
Is
nana.
this toffee?
No, that's some other candy. And then when you're done, we got little chocolate mints. Are you having fun at Nana's house? Say bye.
Bye.
See you on my next video. Love you. Okay, you can find this recipe for my scones on my website at amusinghealthyrecipe.com. That's amusinghealthyrecipe.com, along with the video, which you're already seeing anyway, but other videos too, and other recipes. I hope you have a wonderful and a very blessed day, and make special memories with your family like I'm doing with my little granddaughter, Raine. Bye. How's it taste, Raine? How you like my scone? That's the first time you've had a scone, huh?